Alright, hello and welcome to another video. In today's video I'll be talking about the 0.20.7 update, which brings forth the museum overhaul, great Spook improvements, and more. So, let's start with the report, because of which I didn't start making this video yesterday at 11 PM. The Overhaul event is once again active, meaning people can spawn primal fears, and by killing them can get dark candy, which they can use in here. If you're unfamiliar with this event, I have made a handy guide last year on it, which is more or less still active. Except that the reward menu is no longer in a milestone system, where every particular milestone will grant you a specific reward. It now instead functions as a shop, so you can choose what items you want. This is extremely useful for those who have already gotten all the relevant rewards last year, and now can just do something else. The Great Spook emblem is now obtained by spending 600 dark candies in this particular shop, and if you don't want to grind them yourselves, they are fortunately on Bazaar. Another change to this Overhaul menu is that you can now purchase Siphon 5, which is great because until now it has been only obtainable from experiments, which is not very reliable. So this is nice. It also greatly dropped in price, which is perfect. They also added a new primal fear, the vegan crawler, who turns you into a big chicken or a cow, which makes you unable to move or attack after getting struck once. But yeah, that's extremely weak. So yeah, that's it. This goes hand in hand with the Tiashui Alchemist, who is once again back in hub. Although unfortunately, currently there are no new items, meaning there's nothing to hunt. The good news about this is that you can just use some old guys from last year because they are still up to date. Now let's talk about the changes to Museum. The curator NPC has been moved from standing right here to standing down there, meaning they are technically speaking no longer a curator, but it's fine. Some items have been removed from the special items menu and have been sent to the cherry back to you. The reason for this removal is that you can no longer donate them to this menu, because you can donate them to one of the other menus. Another change is that the milestone system no longer gives SkyBlock XP. Instead, it functions based on the amount of SkyBlock XP you get, and the SkyBlock XP from Museum is now obtained from the specific items. For example, Undead Sword gives 1, Savannah Bow gives 3, and I don't know, Alchemist Staff gives 8. They also added many new items into this shop, namely Necron's Blade Unrefined, which gives 20. The reason this item is donatable to Museum is the reason that the upgrades of Necron's blades give only 5 XP each, because they also count for the previous tier, meaning the first one you give will give 25, and you can change it to the other versions of the item to get a total of 40 for this one item. They also removed some items from being donatable. This includes the items that are no longer obtainable, such as the Magma Bow, Ember Armor, but also items that were ridiculous, such as the Enrager. And people who have donated them have been given these items back, but they only give 0 SkyBlock XP in the storage, and they are soulbound, which is unfortunate for them, to be sure. There are also no longer any rewards for the total value of the items in Museum, meaning rewards such as the hacks or bank upgrades are now unlocked based on this XP system. Before I added any of the new items in the Museum, I had 23,026 XP from Museum, but after getting some of the items, not all of them, and now I have 2,505. And because all milestone tiers now give 1% bonus to bits and 2% bonus to bank interest, I have been able to get a lot of bits available, because similar to upgrading your fame rank, this works retroactively. And getting extra interest from bank is also certainly nice. Probably the main reason this update is controversial is because the diamond heads you get from boss collections are now co-op soulbound. Until a few days ago, they were soulbound, which means you couldn't even share them with your co-op. But, you know, now they're like this. But there have also been some other changes, namely a couple of them for the bingo profiles. Bingo profiles are once again able to use the bank command, which I'm pretty sure they were, but they don't say that it was. Bingo Pet's Fast Learn perk now affects Slayer XP, and people on bingo profiles can no longer access Dark Auctions, Stunk Auctions, or Chance Auctions, which is somewhat controversial because people use those particular functions to transfer coins between profiles, because they would purchase an expensive item, so they would turn cash into items and then transfer the items, but that's no longer an option, although this will not really affect the common bingo player. You also can sort items within the ultimate rarity on Auction House, which is nice, as that's not been an option yet. It's not like there's quite a lot of those items, but it's fun, nice. Many particular things which would show numbers, for example the progress in Jacob's farming contest, now include decimal points For example, in bank they would only give you the millions, and now you have millions and the decimal point behind that, meaning hundreds of thousands. Fixed error from best regenerating health after borrowing, which is a nice change that almost everyone can appreciate. Fixed the pickaxe ability cooldown reduction from SkyMall not working on mining islands, which is, quite a thing. Fixed being able to drop multiple scatter pets with loot share. Something called Fixed Jerry, which I don't know what that means. So yeah, this is everything from this update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you hopefully sooner than last time. Yeah.